So, hey guys, Chauzu here. The Kizuna Clash against Perona starts tomorrow, so I figured I'd make some normal 10-star teams for you guys who are still looking for teams. Usually I make a one team for all, which I will do this time as well, but like usual I don't do one team for each color, and some people want to play like that, and it's easier to build teams for those as well, so I decided to make a few of those for you guys. So don't expect any more than these, unless I do some high damage ones. I haven't really decided about that. Anyway, let's jump right into it. First, we have the quick variant, 10-star quick. And the boosted classes here are driven and cerebrals. That's what I built around. I will have one team without the boosted Bao Wang, and I have now one team with Bao Wang. One thing to remember with the Bao Wang team is that she only boosts cerebral, so that influences it a bit. I've tried to, I make the teams without Bao Wang first, and then I try and adapt it to use with her, but that doesn't really make it optimal, but they should still work. Anyway, stage 2 against quick, damage threshold and damage reduction, which Kid handles. I have the info on a separate screen here, so I will double check a few times. And it's in the damage reduction and damage threshold. So Kid, with his captain ability and special, we handle both of those. So we use one Kid stage 2. Then on final stage we use the other Kid to get an attack boost. These teams are for level 31 plus, by the way, so I take all mechanics into account. Robin and Jinbei will handle the special reverse. We can use Shanks twice to remove all of the barrier here, since there's a one barrier for 2 turns. Nami will give us Ore Boost and Color Affinity and remove all of the paralysis together with Barto. But if you have a fully level limit broken Nami like me, you don't need the Barto support. Finally, we have Ulti and Page 1, which will give us a conditional and a chain boundary with their super swap, and they work since we have a driven captain in Kid. So should be a pretty good team, I'm sure. Then we have the Bao Wang variant, basically the same. We still use Kid stage 2, but on stage 3 now we use Bao Wang, which handles the barrier since she gives 1 orbs, so we can skip Shanks. Instead I put Super Sugofest Law, which will give an attack boost to Dex, and it will also give an increased damage taken for some extra damage. Other than that, exactly the same. So, should work pretty well. Moving on, we have the versus Psy variant. Here I actually have 2 pretty different teams. Stage 2 here has damage reduction and resilience, pretty sure. Indeed. And free-to-play Kizuna Iwanko handles both of those. So on stage 2 here, we're going to use one of the versus Big Mom. Hit 3 perfects, so we get an Ore Boost final stage. So we use that and Iwanko. Then on final stage, we can use our own Big Mom. So use the Friend Captain stage 2, stage 3, we use our own Big Mom. Get the attack boost. We get the Prospero. Then we can use the Pudding to remove the bind on higher levels. And we also remove the 2 turns of damage nullification. More support for some color affinity. We have Brook to remove the paralysis. He removes everything except 1 turn on level 31 plus. So for that we need a support like Nami or Black Maria. So you only need one of them. And then we have Ulti Page 1. Yes, it's the same team. We get a chain boundary. And we get the conditional, thanks to Big Mom being driven and powerhouse. Should be pretty good. The Bao Wang team is even better, I'd say. Radio here, now we have a full cerebral powerhouse team, which means we can make use of Radio's super type. So we can get a free Ore Boost. So stage 2 is the same as before, we just use Iwanko and Kill. Then final stage, we can use Bao Wang, who will handle the damage nullification this time. Radio Special to remove all of the paralysis, get an attack boost. Radio Super Type to get an ore boost. We use Chopper to remove the bind and get a color affinity boost. Black Maria, not really super required. You just need something to remove the special use limit. Black Maria is the best since he's cerebral, but anything works. And then Ulti page 1 still works because Radio is powerhouse as captain. If you don't have Chopper but you do have Black Maria, you can replace Chopper with anything that is int, cerebral, and removes the bind. So something like, maybe not Pudding unless you have a full level limit broken, but just something that removes 5 turns of bind. So yeah, that's versus Psy. Finally, we have the versus Dex variation, and here we have Slasher and Cerebral boosted. First, we have a double cat and dog team. So here we can use cat and dog's swap to remove the spears. We just swap both of them. We also have Riser support and Sweet Commander support to remove all of the special bind. So everything we have to do here is use one cat and dog special. I recommend the Friend Captain because then you can start the Friend Captain as Psy, swap it to Strength, use the special and stay Strength. We also have Hiyori, who we will use Final Stage to get Wano Orbs. And yeah, Final Stage, we use Hiyori, get a full board of Wano. We remove the bind. We use Big Mom in order to get a chain lock. We use Robin in order to get the Death Down conditional. Need the captain to be cerebral then. So make sure you swap to dog before using Robin and using dog's special. And dog will of course give you the attack boost and call affinity as well. And finally we use Carrot just to ignore the damage immunity. Sadly there's no really accessible strength option for that. We do have the Scabbers legend, but of course we can't use that together with the dog legend, so it is what it is. But yeah, this was the best team I could make that was fairly accessible and also giving you a lot of offensive buffs. Moving on, we have a Bao Wang team, and this one uses Vivi as captain. Vivi resists special bind. So on stage 2 we can use Vivi special to get an ore boost, carry it to final stage. We can use Stassi to remove the spear and also get a call affinity boost. We'll be able to use Stassi again later to buff Koala's call affinity boost as well. Final stage we use Bao Wang. She gives you a full board of Wano through block orbs due to her captain ability and special. We use Koala to remove most of the bind and attack down. Laura moves the remaining turn with the Luffy support. Sora removes the remaining bind with Nami support. Sora also gives you a big attack boost. But thinking about it, I guess he doesn't give the attack boost to Bao Wang. So maybe not completely optimal. Koala does have some support to remove bind. If we have Karasuya, so you can go for that instead. That way it doesn't matter when you use Zoro special. You can use him after Law, so we get Law's attack boost. The main thing we want from Zoro is his increased damage taken. So with Law special and Zoro special, you can get a big attack boost from Law and a big increased damage taken from Zoro. But make sure you use Zoro before. Well, this is becoming a bit complicated. Let's see here. Zoro. I guess it's fine to use Zoro after. He only changes his own Wano, I think. Let's see. Yeah, he only changes his own Wano slot to tandem, so that's fine. So you can still use Zoro there. Worst case scenario, Zoro himself gets a super block orb, but that's fine. So let's do it from the beginning now. I should probably retake this, but I think it's fine to show the thought process from time to time. Anyway, okay, from the beginning. Final stage, we use Koala. Chauzu support will let you remove all of the bind. Luffy support on Lol removes the remaining attack down. We get a call affinity from Koala. Then we use Bawang. Get a full board of Wano orbs, remove the damage nullification. We then use Law to get his attack boost, and we also get increased damage taken through full immunity. Then we use Zoro. Zoro will give us increased damage taken. He will change his own orb to tandem, which might turn into super block, but that doesn't really matter that much. Then we can probably use Dusty again to buff Koala's call affinity, and we should still have his orb boost from previous stage. Okay, it should be fine. But yeah, that's the end of the video. These are my 10-star teams, and I'll do a one team for all tomorrow as well, of course. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.